And a guy that is getting a lot of interesting conversation is Alex Orji, not just for the future, but this year. Orji's a guy that, again, monster athlete, somebody they recruited who was a quarterback, and we kind of felt like they're going to find a place for this dude. Mm-hmm. He's a football player. They'll figure it out. He's still in the quarterback room. He's arguably sniffing QB3 now, right? He was strong in the spring game again. And there's a lot of talk. Alex Orji is going to have packages designed for him in 2023. Mm-hmm. Very similar to maybe what, like I said, what JJ had. He's just too good to keep off the field. And he wasn't a superb passer in high school. We've started to see some signs of that. But the dude's a monster running the ball, right? And he's just a physical freak, and he just keeps coming up, and he's in the QB room, and it makes me wonder, do you think we're going to see a lot of Alex Orji in 2023? Are we talking about a guy that could be fighting for the starting job in 24?
He's an intriguing guy. He's an interesting guy. I don't know. It's hard to say right now because, there could be a stud guy out of the portal that Michigan grabs. There's so many different directions where this thing could head after JJ leaves, or even whenever he leaves, whether it's this year or he comes back for his final year, the year after, there's going to be options. I think obviously the best case scenario is for JJ to come back for his senior year. That way you have Jaden Davis getting a year under his belt and maybe having that JJ type role that he had his freshman year. But, Alex Orji he's very intriguing, from a physical standpoint, the tools, we haven't seen enough to say, okay, he's got the stuff. Right. That he can handle an entire Big Ten workload. He can absolutely handle, some packages that are ideal for his strengths. Absolutely. He's a physical runner. He's fast. I said on our message boards that I think he's going to be more of a gadget type of guy, but that is not to say that he's specifically just going to, Michigan's just going to have him run around and do whatever. There are some design things you can do as well. And I think when you couple him with, Michigan's backfield, you can do a lot of different things. But again, that's asking for Michigan to be a little more creative than they have in recent years. And that's a whole different conversation.
And take JJ McCarthy off the field.
And that too. So yeah, do you take, do you save JJ McCarthy and throw Orji in during the garbage time minutes when the game is put away? I don't know. Do you put, let's say what happened during the Michigan State game, JJ's freshman year,
right?
Do you put him in a crunch time moment and, obviously when the weather isn't that bad and the phone, whatever, that's not, whatever happened after that, but do you trust him enough to put him into that type of situation? I don't know. We'll see. The coaching staff really, really likes him. And, they've shown willingness to.
They clearly believe he can be a quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's.
I've been talking about him as, first it was I wanted him at linebacker because the dude's built like a tree. His brother was a monster at Vanderbilt.
Yep.
And then okay, they're keeping him on offense. Fine. Let's see a nice H-back tight end role for him. That could be really good. That's Max Bredesen this year. He's in the QB room. He's competing in the spring game at level reps of Tuttle and Warren. And I don't like talking about it like a slight of the guy at all. That's not it. He didn't seem like somebody that would stay as a quarterback. And now I'm talking about it like it's real because Michigan says it's real.
Yeah.
And he looks good in the little bit we've seen. Again, we haven't seen a ton. But I think about a guy that would be like a weird Cade JJ hybrid in the sense that he could absolutely impact the run game like JJ in an RPO. I'm thinking maybe more 2024 in this aspect, especially if you're losing Corman Edwards, maybe you need to add a little something to your run game, whatever.
Yeah.
He could be a game manager guy, and he has enough of an arm. He's got a cannon arm because the dude's just crazy strong, where you could say, hey, I want you to throw it deep when you can and just make sure the only guy that gets it is your guy or the ground, right? He could be that kind of quarterback for you.
Yeah.
But this year, we saw Michigan again last year. If you're going to pick on anything with the red zone and just hammering it up the middle late in the season, using Khalil Mullings, TCU game, calling the Philly special, they still feel really uncomfortable down there. You know, is Orji an answer down there? Maybe, but again, like you said, am I pulling JJ out in a game deciding situation potentially?
Yeah.
I don't know. But look, the guy's getting a lot of chatter. I think he's impressive. I think he's handled the things like people like me have been saying about him incredibly well. And he seems really dead set and he's working hard. And he could get there, man. He absolutely could get there. So
absolutely.